What movie did you see this week?
Nomadland.
Well,
not this weekend, but I saw it this past week.
We watched it together.
Loved it. Well, yeah. What did you think?
It was good. I just thought I just wouldn't watch it again. Like, it's not.
Did you take something away from it?
I loved it because it was simple and it was real. Like, but it made me really sad because it was a very lonely life.
Much to contemplate, though.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
But it also gave me a sense of freedom and, like, humanity. In a sense, like...
Humanity, for sure.
Humanity.
I think the way the main character moves around and just the music.
And all the people she met and, like, everybody was really nice. Like, I'm sure she went through bad stuff and also met people that maybe robbed her and stuff. But, like, also people that were on the same boat as her, like, they were all super nice. And it just made me think of, like, when you have less... When people have less, they're more giving. Like, whenever, like, people would put their things... Well, I don't want to give too much away.
Because,
never mind.
Right now, like, oh, wait. And I was about to, like, talk
but you
about
know
the
what
premise
I mean?
of the movie. But it's like, wait, no. I don't even know. Like, is that really a spoiler, though? Like, it's because it's one of those movies where, like, there's nothing to spoil.
Exactly.
You're just literally sitting in it.
Yeah.
And the entire emotion of it all. And, like, that's why I like those movies. But those are also movies you can't really watch over and over.
Plot. Well...
I don't think so.
No, it's just like... Well, I guess... There's a lesson to be learned, definitely, from the movie. And I think she even, like, learned it herself with, like, her friend when she... I don't want to, like, talk about it too much because I don't want to give it away.
I just want to say it's beautiful. There's a lot to take away from it because it makes you realize, like, that there's so many stages in life. Yeah. And we're all going to end up exactly where she's at. Maybe in not that particular situation, but we're all going to feel like, you know, what's next? Or how do I keep going? Because it gets hard. Yeah. It's very hard. Like... I took a class in college that was called Sociology of Aging, and I learned a lot about, you know, what that movie is trying to, like, describe. Like, I learned all about that. It's just saying, like, you reach an age where you need to retire, but what if you can't retire because you don't have those resources, you don't have that support, and, you know, is the government really going to be there for you? Mm-hmm. And so all I will say is that, like, she is a nomad, and that's why it's called Nomadland. And if you know anything about nomads, they're people who, you know, they're constantly looking for the opportunity. So they move around and they travel. And I think it's a really beautiful movie and everyone should watch it. But it's definitely one of those movies, not a lot of dialogue. Yeah. It's just a lot of emotion. It's really beautiful.
I almost cried like 3 times. But again, I cried for everything.
Indie movie-esque.
Yeah, it's definitely a must-watch. I just don't know if I would reach for it again. Yeah, that's why I was like...
Art films.
Mm-hmm. But, no, I watched another one during the week. I Care a Lot.
Yes! And I know, okay, you see, and that's also the same. It was also the same category.
But I think I would watch that one again just because it had...
Sexy.
It had, like, different stuff. Like, it was kind of funny too in some parts. And then... Again, I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm giving it away. But anyway, that's the perfect example of today's topic, karma. Yeah. That movie, literally.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around. Mm-hmm. And she got her own taste of it.
I just like it because the movie was just like, who would have thought, like...
That fucking bitch.
You know, who would have thought nursing homes were this exciting, right? But it's cool. Like, there's a whole, like, I don't know there's a lot of action and drama going on in it. So
she messed with the wrong person. I was really, like, that's right.
That haircut, though. Oh, my God. I want to be her when I'm that age. So bad.
But she was really mean.
I don't care. I want to look like that. She looks amazing.
But don't be mean like that.
Oh.
I don't...
Everybody's mean. Everybody's grumpy when they're old.
Bueno.
Oh, okay. I guess that's the cue. All right. So this week we're talking about...
Karma.
Karma,
bitch.
What comes around goes around. Episode 6 on the Other Side podcast.
You need to say...
Oh, sorry. My name is Luna.
My name is Polly.
And this is
The Other Side.
So, karma. Do you believe in it?
Well, I don't know if it's a thing of like, do you believe in it or not? Because we all know, like, it happens to everybody. Like, and I don't, this is one of the things that I wanted to ask you. Like, do you necessarily have to give it a name to this? Because I feel like everybody has ups and downs. And it's not always going to be good for you. It's not always going to be bad. It's like, so do you have to associate every bad thing that happens to you that, oh my God, this happened because I did this, or like?
No, but I think it's a good like point of like, I don't know, it's a moral compass, I think, that when everybody has karma. I don't think everything bad that happens to us, we think, oh, it's because like we totally deserve it. But I think it keeps a lot of people in check. It keeps me in check. Like sometimes I think like, I mean, it's not just for the sole purpose of like, oh, I totally don't want to fuck over this person because it's going to happen to me. But it makes you think like, you know, bad things, it's just whatever you put out will come back in. And it has a lot to do with energy, in my opinion. But not everybody believes in karma, apparently.
Really? You don't believe in karma?
There's some people that just, they don't put a lot of thought
what do you
into
mean,
their
like,
actions.
that you think that whatever you do, like,
it goes uncounted for.
Like, you'll be fine?
Yes.
Pretty much. Okay.
Yeah, like it's just, to me, it's more of a a conscious thing.
Scenario.
Yeah.
What's the worst thing somebody could do without killing people?
Hurting people.
Emotionally, let's say. Emotionally, sure. Physically.
Torture.
Sure. All of it.
That's illegal. So you're going to get caught and you're going to go to jail.
But
karma.
But karma doesn't always have to do with like actual.
That's your repercussion.
Consequences. But sometimes it just has to do with how you feel. Like for people to believe in that, it's because you're holding yourself accountable, right? Because nobody told us like, you know, bad things happen to bad people. Like it's just not. I don't know. It's just how you take it in. I mean, there's some like serial killers who kill and they go to jail and they don't care. Like they're still fine. Not everybody has that moral compass of what karma is. It's something, it's a belief that you choose to have with you or not. I know not everybody believes in it. I do.
I think I do too, but I don't know if necessarily, like I said, I don't know if it's directly correlated with something that I've done it. I just think that things just happen. Is that me not believing in karma?
I don't know, but you know what's so sad is like whenever something bad happens to me, I always think it's because I did something bad. But whenever something good happens to me, I'm like, is this really for me? Do I deserve this? Like, I still don't think, oh, I did something good to like deserve this. It's kind of sad.
You
right?
know, I'm so.
Karma también es te regresa lo bueno.
Yes.
Yes, karma can be good or bad.
That's the whole point.
You know what
it's
I associate bad things happening to me? Numbers. Yeah, or like not,
when you see certain
numbers or certain or certain actions that I feel not necessarily bad for. I'll give you a stupid example, but this is literally how my brain works. I'm walking down the street and I see a pen on the floor, and I walk past it and I think about that pen and I'm like, I should have picked it up. But I'm in a hurry. And then I leave. And I didn't pick it up. And then I crash. And then I think, fuck, I should have picked the pen up. That happens because I didn't trust my instinct.
But that's more like superstition. That's more like coincidence.
But that's literally how my brain works. And like I don't necessarily associate, like, for example, me crashing because last week I forgot to feed my pet. Like, I don't know. With some, I don't associate it, or that's not my initial thought to associate it with something bad. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So is that me not believing in karma then?
I don't know if that would even be considered karma though. I just know that like I don't ever, like right before I'm about to make a choice, and if I'm doubting it, So in my mind, it's already going to be identified as like, this is a bad decision, but you're going to make that decision anyways. I don't ever like stop and think like, oh God, like if I do this, something bad's going to come my way. Mm-hmm. It's just always the aftermath. I think a lot of us are like that. It's more like like once it's happened and we're going back and looking through like, past mistakes and things like that. Mm-hmm. I feel like we often wonder like,
I should have, would have.
Yeah, it's just the regret. I think that to me is like the karma. I don't know. That's how I see it. But I think back a lot.
So can people create their own karma then?
Yeah.
Or do you think it just happens?
I don't know. I think
like, let's say, I want to have a good week tomorrow. Next week. So this week, I'm going to do a bunch of cool, good, positive stuff.
Yeah.
So my next week, because I'm going on vacation, goes super awesome. Can I do that?
You see, that's another thing. It makes me think like, does karma still work if it's superficial? But is karma an act or is karma just a belief? It's just an idea, but we're trying to make it real. Like if it really is some sort of magic that works,
right.
Like, cool. So like, I just like help this cat off the tree. Like I'm totally going to get that promotion at work, Like I don't think it works like that. Unless there's like some karma god that's like, all right, she did her job. Like let's give it to her. I don't know.
So
you know what? Like Santa Claus, like the whole being good and bad. In a way, that's sort of like a karma system. Karma God, yeah.
The
karma
what?
God. Karma God, because they always say like, "Have you been good?" And then you, as a child, have to be like, "Have I been good?" And because there's some sort of like list that Santa Claus has, right? I didn't think about that, but I think maybe that idea of the whole naughty or nice thing comes from karma.
So right? you don't think that you can create your own karma then?
I don't know, because it sounds so superficial, and I feel like if things really work in your life, they have to be genuine. They have to come from a good place, not just focused like gotta do that, gotta clean the house or pay the bills on time in order for something good to happen in my life. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, in a way, like they do say, like you have a disciplined life, then you'll feel better.
I just think sometimes bad things happen to
but it happens,
good people. It's just like shit happens. Like that's life. There's ups and downs.
Maybe it's not such a good thing then to believe in them, because people are always like, why me? Why does this always happen to me?
Well,
and they think like there's a cloud over their head and it's just constantly raining. And it's like, should we really look at life like that? Because if we do, then we're just fucked, because things are going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
And that's something I struggle with, is telling myself like, don't think so much into it. It just happens. And it's just up to you on how to recover from that and move on from those things.
A long time ago, I don't remember where I saw it. It was probably a movie, more than likely. It said something like, they said a quote, don't ask why. It said it in Spanish, lo voy a decir en español. No preguntes por qué a mí, sino para qué. Yeah. So don't ask why this happened to me. Instead, ask yourself, for what purpose did this happen to me? For me to learn a lesson about something.
Exactly.
So then that leads me to one of the questions I wanted to ask you. Do you think that then, we know that karma can be good and can be bad, but we already associate like negative stuff with, bad things happening to you to something negative in your life. For example, let's say my car breaks down. I'm like, bad karma. But then you find out that there was an explosion on the freeway and you could have died. So then that's good? That your car broke down because you weren't there?
Well, hold on. Because like if your car breaks down, like in order for it to be about karma, it has to be about you intentionally doing, or something that you did that affected that car breaking down, right? Not just because the car broke down.
Let's say I'm a bad person.
All right, bad person. Car breaks down.
And my car breaks down because I'm a bitch.
Bad. Yeah, fuck her.
So my karma is my car break, like.
But then there was an explosion at work. And the bad person
and I wasn't
lives.
Exactly.
But maybe it just was divine timing. Maybe it just wasn't. They weren't ready for you. Who they are, I don't know, but they weren't ready for you.
So then, what is karma?
I think it's just a moral compass. It's just about you holding yourself accountable. I don't think anybody's in charge of giving you, like...
the karma.
Yeah, like...
The karma police. Oh my God, is that a band?
The karma police.
That should be a band. It sounds like a band.
It does sound familiar.
It sounds like...
Hold on.
It sounds like something I've heard before, literally.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm just
Karma Police. If it's not a band, somebody make it a band, please. And can I be on it?
Yes. Wait. Oh, it's a song by Radiohead.
Oh, yeah. Well...
I guess there's...
I'm pretty sure I've heard it before somewhere. That's why I said it.
There's no band. Make the band.
Please. My SpongeBob is working overtime in my head. That's why I remember that. But, dude... I don't know. Like I said, I think I do believe in karma, but then again, like, things just happen.
I think it's just a deranged form of karma that I believe in, because it's always whenever something bad happens that I feel like, you know what, I deserve this. I probably, like, I don't know, like, just I did something really bad. Maybe I shouldn't have, and this is what I get for that. It's just always me constantly putting myself down. Like, nope, this is supposed to happen. Instead of thinking, like, how can I come back from this? Or like, what can I change in my life so that this doesn't happen again? Yeah, you would think, me, a functional adult, would think that, but no.
But that's how we learn lessons.
Yeah. I just don't. And I think I always put it together in my head, like, yeah, I need to think of like why this happened, or not so much why this happened, but like, what can I take from this? Mm-hmm. But along the way that I'm, coming up with all these different ideas, I just end up thinking, why does this happen to me? Like, I get tired of doing that homework.
Okay, next time, ask yourself, for what purpose did this happen to me?
Yeah, because it's true when they say like bad things, like bad moments in your life, experiences, they make you stronger. But I think they could also make you miserable if you don't learn from them. And maybe that's why there's a lot of sad and angry people in the world, because things happen to them and they have every right to be upset by them. Like, kind of like the whole thing with like villains, and you know how like Disney came out with like the backstories of all the villains and why they ended up becoming villains, because a lot of things that happened to them were very unfair. But instead of being a bigger person and like overcoming it and learning, like a lot of these people just took that route of just like, you know what, screw this, fuck the world, I don't care. And I think it's really true. That's why a lot of people are like that. A lot of people have that mentality of like, I'm not going to help anyone. No one helped me. I did all of this on my own. Like, screw them. Like, they got to take care of themselves. I think that's just the wrong way of looking at things. Because you should give people what you feel you deserve. Not what you were given, but what you deserve.
You should treat give that people to other people. What do you think you deserve?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, what you think is right. And obviously what you think is right is towards you, right? Like, what do you deserve? You deserve happiness. You deserve comfort. You deserve peace. You deserve success.
What if you hate yourself?
That's a loaded question. Like, I don't know. But, like, it's like...
But, okay.
It's kind of thing with parents too. Like they say, like, you want to give your kids what you didn't have. But then, like, if parents are doing that and saying like you kids are like spoiled and undeserving and this and that, it's like, what's the point of that? Like, you're just missing the point then. Like, the whole point is like to give them a better life that you deserve too. And like for little things like them being, I don't know, lazy or like unfocused, like you shouldn't immediately say, no, you don't deserve it, you don't deserve any of this. Like, no, everybody deserves that. But maybe like they lost sight of it because, again, they're kids, you know. How are they supposed to know like how to be responsible and all these, like, mature for one? Like, they're kids. But it's because it's that whole, it's me, it's the selfish thing. And that's the thing that I think society struggles with a lot. It's like a lot of us, we go through so much, I don't know, like challenges, and then we just hate everything, and we hate people, and we especially hate people who have it all, not just money, but like the happiness and the peace. Like, because we're just like, why don't I have that? But it's like, but why should you take that from somebody, you know? And why should you comment on them, or why should you say that?
Or maybe not hate them. Well, not obviously you're not speaking for everybody, right?
Them, but like, envy still comes from a really bad place.
But do you think that in Spanish they call it tengo envidia de la buena? Like you envy them, but like it's not envy. It's more like you admire them and you aspire to be like somebody.
I think there's a really fine line between admiring and envying somebody. Okay. I don't think you can be in a relationship with someone if you are jealous of them. I don't think you can be friends with somebody if you're jealous of them.
No, but
it doesn't like. But to me, envy, jealousy, it's all the same thing, and it doesn't.
What about aspiration?
But you see, that's different. When you aspire to become what somebody else is, that's because you think what they are is, I don't know how to say it. Like, it's just, you know, that's the goal.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to take.
But why not be proud of them? I mean, if you want to be them, that means you're proud of them, right? But like, why I wouldn't want to take a step back and it's like, oh my God, like I wish I was like, I don't know. But it's because it's the attitude that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want to take anything away from anyone. But like, for example, I see an influencer, I'm like, oh my God, like I want to be them so bad. But like, I think that's more aspiration than envy.
Yeah, no, but I mean, just different, like, I don't know, because I think it's a really complicated thing. And like I said, I think there's a fine line between envy and admiration. And I find it that, like, I mean, personal experiences, like, people have just told me things. Like, they'll, in the beginning, say, like, they admire this and that about me. And then whenever, like, things happen, like, things go south, and then, like, it's an argument. And it's just, like, they just say they don't like all these things about me. And then when we get to the point of, like, apologizing, it's like, sorry, it's just I wish I was like that. It's like, so you put me through all of that, like,
who are these people in your life?
What the hell? Types of people in relationships and as friends. I mean, it's not that deep. Like, it's not something that, but like, but it's little things here and there. And it's like, that's the thing. Like, you can't, well, like, you've seen it, haven't you? Where it's like, you know, if you're that type of friend who looks, I don't know, like, you judge or you're jealous of your friend, like, then you're not really friends.
No.
Because
they're not friends.
Friends are supportive and they're so happy for you. And they're not going to, like, shit on you or themselves if, like, okay, let me rephrase that. Like, they're just not going to, like, I don't know. They're not going to give you shit, like, if you're doing good. And they're not going to put themselves down. And they're going to, if anything, they're going to be happy for you.
Encourage and let you be who you are. And something like... So it's a side note, has to do with what we're talking about. But last night I was with my friends and I had a balloon on my head for literally hours.
5, right?
Hours. And like by hour 3, like I was like, why is nobody saying anything? Like, we're not at the party anymore. Like, everybody's acting normal. We're eating. Like, why is nobody just like pointing out that there's a fucking balloon in my head? And then I asked one of my friends and I'm like, dude, why has nobody said anything about this? And she looked at me and she said, because you're bully.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
they accept you.
Okay.
Because like I feel like sometimes like
literally no one said anything until I took it out like off myself, and then they made like a little dog out of it. But it was like so weird. And even it freaked me out, like, because I completely forgot that I had it on my head, to be honest. Like, I forgot, and by the time I like noticed it again, it was like literally like 3 hours after, and like I was like, I wonder how much time I can keep it on without people saying anything. Yeah. Apparently 5 hours until I took it off.
But that's the thing, it's just it's accepting.
Yeah,
it's like acceptance is a big deal. I think that's a big deal of when it comes to love for anybody.
And karma, just being a good person will give you good karma. Even if it's a bad thing, eventually you may find a why this happened to you, for what reason, for a lesson, maybe later on that maybe you don't understand at the time.
Yeah, just patience and being genuine. I mean, everybody's allowed to feel what they feel, but like, what's the point in like, I don't know, like doing certain things, like if it doesn't make you comfortable, you know? Like, why do we force ourselves to keep looking at, you know, so-and-so influencers or being friends with so-and-so people, like if there's something that doesn't sit right with you? But it's like we're telling ourselves, like, no, this is okay. Like, I can be fine. I can do this. Mm-hmm. Same thing. And not necessarily you. It just mean like in general, because I know a lot of people have issues. And that's why people shit on celebrities. They're like, they don't deserve it. Like, but yet they're the same people saying, I wish I had that life. It's like, how do you know that they don't deserve that life? Like, why can't we all just deserve things? Why is it always like you against me, you know? Mm-hmm. That's a thing. But I feel like karma is just something that we do for ourselves to keep in mind. It's just a conscious, I don't know, judgment. Mm-hmm. Just making sure that we're taking patience and we're having patience for ourselves. And like when we're about to do something, we're like, am I really about to put out like something good in the world? Or is it going to be messy? And is it just going to hurt other people? So it's all about believing that everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves like good in their life.
Basically, just be a good person.
Yeah.
But that may be different for each person.
Exactly. So that's why I was saying, like, just be genuine.
But like the perception to other people may be that you're not a good person. Like it's just
exactly. It's because I think there's just a whole bag of things that you need to be. You need to be genuine. You need to be honest. And genuine, honest, and patient. And compassionate. You need all those things in order to be a good person. Nobody's just good. Like, right, you just can't do empty good deeds. Mm-hmm. Like, if they don't come from somewhere genuine, like, somewhere honest, somewhere compassionate. That's the whole point.
For example, like, I was, when we were talking about later, before the podcast about cancel culture, mm-hmm. like, the perception of people may be different for some than others. Like, when celebrities mess up, like, some people, they're like, okay, like they changed. And then some other people may be like, no.
Yeah, that doesn't ever excuse anything.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, like, when I think about like just being, like you said, just be yourself, be honest. And what did you also say? Be patient, compassionate, but like, I see that a lot in celebrities and still they get in trouble.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because people will always find something to look at or something to judge.
That's why I say be genuine. Like, just be true to yourself, because you're never going to make everyone happy. Mm-hmm. There's always going to be somebody who thinks, you know, you're coming with ill intention, or you're looking at this really ignorantly, or you're just being insensitive. But it's always different for everyone, because we've all had different experiences with different situations. And some people want to speak on it. Some people want to make jokes about certain things. And that's just how it is. But I think as long as we're being honest with ourselves, that's what's most important, because we're never going to make everyone happy. Mm-hmm. But like some people would say, like, you know, like that celebrity, like that's the reason why they couldn't do certain things. That was the karma, right? Because you decided to say these things. Now it comes back and bites you. It's like a sort of like justice. But like, why should other people justify, you know, other people's actions?
Well, I think it's just, like I said, their perception of stuff. Like,
yeah. But it's all about some people feeling like they're just entitled to have an opinion about your life, about your lifestyle, about your opinions. It's like, why? Like, why do some people feel that way? Why can't we all just, like, be ourselves?
Because I think, I don't agree with it, but I think that, like, for example, celebrities, to the normal person, to me, they seem like they have it all. Mm-hmm. They have money, they have a good life, they have fame, everybody knows who they are. their job doesn't seem hard like a retail job, for example, versus, I don't know, an actor, which they do really long days and like their lives are hectic. Yeah. But like we don't see that. We just see the movie. We just see the show. I mean, this is and like them having fun. Mm-hmm. So like to the perception to us is that their life is easy and that everything has been given to them. So I think that people feel that their return is their privacy. Like they've given away their privacy to be famous. Like
I think
that's their price.
That's such a personal problem though that I think people don't understand. It's like for us to think like, okay, you know, they don't work really hard. Why do they deserve that? But it's like, again, why don't they deserve it? Like everybody deserves happiness. Everybody deserves peace. But yet there are people who are entitled to that. Because it's not just celebrities. We look at people on social media, people that we know, mutuals. And again, we question, why are they in a happy relationship? Why are they like in the super fun, happy circle of friends? Why don't I have that? And it'll be almost the same, you know, thoughts that people have. It's like, wait, is it even real? Or they're probably not even like real friends. It's probably all fake. And that's the thing.
That's another thing. Okay, guys.
So it's not all admiration. Like it at first seems that way. And I truly believe, yes, there's some people who admire celebrities. There's some people who really want to be them. But a lot of the time, it just boils down to envy. And it's about you discrediting them. Because you don't know, like, how long they've been friends. You don't know if that celebrity works really hard. You don't know about all those things. You just see what they post. And at the end of the day, everyone's just going to post the nice things, the happy moments. Like, but there you are, like, wasting your energy.
Even we only post, like, well, sometimes our happy moments in certain
that's just the thing. Like, and then if somebody posts a sad thing, some people are like, what the fuck?
And you're sharing too much.
You're like, how's your day?
Unfollow me then, okay. Guys, we're going to cut off into audio only. If you want to continue listening to the episode, if you're watching us on YouTube, hop on to Spotify or Apple Podcasts, where we'll leave the links on the description below. Dude, like, I don't know, maybe, I don't think people's perception is that social media has to always be cute.